Hey guys, Rascal here with not so much a deck tech, but a deck idea for Savagery. Of course, the set's not fully out yet. We don't know everything that's in it, so this could change. But I have a 30 card list here, and it looks like it's going to be fun to play. Obviously, can't test it, but I thought I'd share it with you guys. It's called Oops No Abilities, because, well, we're not playing abilities. So, of course, some of the champions we're playing can't be quested. Lord Executioner can't do its quest, and Reignor the Grimhailer can't do his quest either. But we can do the Hungry Vampire Lord and the Crypt Infernal Courtier. Uh, so I'm gonna show you Reignor first, just because that's how the deck's gonna work. So ignore his corners; they honestly do not matter. They never happen. So he gives you a life, and more importantly, he has when a highlighted spell deals damage, you can deal 1 to yourself and increase the spell damage by 2. So we're gonna be playing a lot of spells that deal damage. So we don't really need to rely on blessings to win the game, but we have Hungry Vampire Lord and Crypt Infernal Courtier to still give us our blessings. Speaking of which, we have Orb of Immortality, just solid good card. Necromantic Bloodmine. This is draw 6 in total. You draw 2 every time you play a spell 3 times, and we have 17 spells, so this will be active a lot. Carrion Feast. It's like a drain 7. And I'll explain later why the heroic deck part of it isn't as bad in this deck. We just have Turmoil of Souls, just a decent card. So for units, Thorns of the Briar Queen, one of, because it's unique. It's just a solid card, 5 damage and slows your opponent down. And we have Starving Vargeist, which is a new card. It works really well with Hungry and Vampire Lord. Sorry, I just need to scroll down for this. So it's like the other vampire, but instead of getting extra action, he has a bit more reach. And this combos, so you put your vampire warrior wizard left of your Reignor. And if Reignor plays Frightful Touch, the card from base set, where it does X4, and then if they don't have a unit there, they have to get rid of 2 cards. So, if they even try to put a unit in front of your Frightful Touch, the Starving Vargeist is just going to wipe it first, and then they're going to take 4 or 6 because you Reignor your Frightful Touch, and then they're going to bin the 2 cards. So that's really good, and it also just quests your guy for you. So our Frenzy Vargeist, again, if they play across from your Hungry and Vampire Lord, it can quest. And Feasting Vargeist, triggering the vampire corner on your guy doesn't really matter because you don't have removal outside of playing a vampire anyways. But yeah, it's just there to, gain a couple life, but mostly just draw 2 cards as a unit. You need some units to quest your Crypt Infernal Courtier. So yeah, having a bunch of units that with 2 corners, 2 corners, 2 corners, 3 corners, and then kind of 2 corners. It's only 1 corner, but you can't play in a heroic deck at the same turn. Unhallowed Mortis Engine. A drain for 3 is fine, but it also just increases the damage of all your spells by 2. So you just can dump this on your Crypt Infernal Courier and pump out a bunch of damage. So as for spells, we only have a 2 flesh to stone, because we need room in 1 deck slots in our deck to fit in more damage cards, but also just because you don't want to get spell logged too hard, and this is a 3-corner spell that's not dealing damage, because we only have 2 wizards, right? So we're gonna have a lot of times where spells are just stuck in our hand. So the main card of the deck is Frenzied Bloodletting, and I think I have to scroll up to find this one. Yeah, so here. So this will do 3 damage every time you use a heroic act. So you're gonna put your Mordant Pinger, your Crypt Infernal Courtier, beside your Reignor to the right. So your lane setup is the ideal lane setup is gonna be whoever on the left, like Lord Executioner or whatever, and then you're gonna have your Vampire Warrior Wizard, your Lord Reignor, and then your Mordant Pinger. So you just play this on your Reignor, and then your pings start doing 6 damage. Because 1 for the ping, 3 plus 2 Reignor, so 6 damage. So 6, 6, 6, insane. And you get it's not even delayed. You could just play this and ping right away for 6. So even if they have the removal, there's no counterplay because it's a card you're playing from your hand plus a heroic act. So that's really good. And then the rest of your cards are just 4 damage. All these spells are 2 corners, 4 damage. So on Ragnar, they'll deal 6. Soul Pike can't be played on Ragnar. Am I even scrolling the right way? Yes, I am. So only your Vampire Warrior Wizard could play this, but it's fine. It's mostly just there for another 4 damage on 2 corners. Which is like, all these spells are getting better rates than like the abilities you'd play in other decks, like a Piercing Shot or whatever, like per card. And then if they randomly have a unit across your guy, which they usually won't, but you'll randomly gain 4 life off this card. And then here are the other X4 spells. This one's fine. If they have a guy about to Blessing across one of your wizards, you could stop it. But the one that's really sick is Prison of Grief. So remember how I said that Starving Vargeist, the vampire guy, comboed with Frightful Touch? This does too, because you just play this and Frightful Touch, like this on your Vampire Warrior Wizard, and Frightful Touch beside it, and then they can't play cards. So they can't play across from your Frightful Touch, and then they go to bin 2 cards again and take a bunch of damage. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck. It seems kind of cheesy, I guess. But I don't know, it's like, I like playing straightforward, proactive decks, and you're not like relying on flipping a Blessing with this deck. You're like, oh, if only I drew an ability to flip this Blessing, but I keep drawing units, and my guy's an ability corner, so now I'm going to lose. But no, you're just like, your deck's really consistent, because all the cards are pretty much the same, except, you could not draw your Frenzy Bloodletting, and then the power level of the deck goes down a bit. But you still have like a bunch of X4 damage spells that get jacked up to 6 if they're on Ragnar. So that's the deck. Just a quick little idea. Hope you enjoy. And yeah, have fun.